Hi guys, Ape here of the Pocketbot Collective. And today we're gonna have a look at some special figures. Now, if you're like me and you like your tiny humanoid transformer companions like the Headmasters, Target Masters, or Power Masters, then you might also appreciate today's figures, Fansproject's Lost Exo Realm drivers. And there is 6 of them in this box. Excuse the glare, let's get them out of this packaging so we can have a good look at them. So here they are. Let's have a quick look at the box, shall we? Because all of them have individual names. They are the Soloron 6-pack by Fansproject. We've got Lepida, Drapan, Tekor, Velos, and the twins Kotav and Patau. And what this was, Fansproject brought out Dinobots, which are too big for my Legend class collection, but they decided to put little drivers with their Dinobots, kind of as an homage to the pre-Transformers Dinobots when they were still in the Diaclone line and they had Diaclone drivers. So, before we have a look at them, quick little bit about Fansproject. Fansproject is not necessarily a Legend class company, but they have made some tie-in figures, like Warcry and Flame Blast, and the Dino Force shells that can work well in a Legend class collection. More on that some other time. Like I mentioned before, the Fansproject Dinobots are too big for my collection, but the drivers I liked. Now, of course, I'm not going to shell out hundreds of dollars to get those Dinobots just to get the drivers. So I was happy to see that, I think in 2016, they brought out a little 6-pack of different colored figures than came with their Dinobots. And they've been on my mind ever since. Now, recently I saw it come up for about 20 bucks on the robotoybase.com, and I decided, let me grab them, because I like some minifigures to go with my collection. It gives a bit of extra dimension to it. So, let's have a look at them. They have limited articulation. Let's go over that first. Ball joints in the shoulders. A little hinged elbow, but under 90 degrees. Ball joints at the hips. The legs can't go out very far. And they do go back and forward all the way. And then a 90-degree knee hinge. And the head is just on a swivel. Nothing at the waist. They don't transform into anything. And like I said, these guys are from 2016. So don't expect too much from them. But for the right price, they're just fun little figures. Especially with the recent recurrence of Target Masters being incorporated. New Age is doing it. Hasbro are doing it. So yeah, it's just fun to add them to the collection. They're not all the same. Let me start with these two guys here, because they are just twins. I'm not entirely sure why they did that. I'm not mad about it either for 20 bucks. Because of course we're kind of accustomed to twins in the Transformers cartoons. There were twins in the G.I. Joe cartoons. So I'm not mad at this. I just don't know if there's any story behind them. Nice little face sculpts. I hope you can see it, because all of them have a very dark, well, it's dark gray. I want to say gunmetal, but there's no flake to it. But nicely sculpted nonetheless. They've got the same body type. These two, well, obviously they are exactly the same. These guys also have the same body type, just painted up differently. Paint is nice and sharp. I don't know if it shows on camera, but these bits are painted white against the silver. And I like the little pistons showing in the arms. So sculpt wise, these are pretty cool. Like I said, they share the same body type. Also same head sculpt. And then these two guys are both individual figures, individual head sculpts, individual body sculpt. Just enough variety to make them all stand apart from each other. Quick look at this guy. Very cool. Now let's use him for some size comparisons, shall we? Here he is next to the current line of Hasbro Target Masters and Takara Target Masters. The Takara ones have a bit more articulation, but are a little bit smaller than the Hasbro ones. And you can see these guys stand just a little bit taller than them. Here he is with a G1 Headmaster and a modern day Hasbro Power Master, I guess. He transforms into a cassette, but technically he's supposed to be the engine block for a double dealer. So I'll refer to him as a Power Master, which is a gimmick I hope we can see back into the toy line at some point. So Hasbro, Takara, if you're listening, I think there's a market out there for them. And here he is with a Dr. Wu figure and a Jada Nano Metal Fig. Just for a comparison, because these are all tiny figures that I have in my collection. And as I said earlier in the review, they're kind of an homage to the old school Diaclone drivers that came with a lot of the Diaclone stuff, the cars, the dinosaurs, all of that. I don't have an old school Diaclone figure, but I do have a recent Dianaut of the revamped Diaclone line, so to say. And this is a 80s Starcom figure. The reason why these guys are here is because, of course, the old Dianauts had little magnets in their feet. Starcom also did that. And lo and behold, these drivers also have magnets in their feet. So that is a pretty cool homage to the old school Diaclone figures. Now what I like to do is actually display them with my Legend Class Dinobots. So here we have, and I have to look at his name, Lapida, with Hasbro's Cyberverse Snarl, which works pretty well. I like the colorways. I like the homage to the old school pre-Transformers, Diaclone, Dinobots, or Dinosaur Robo, I think they were called. So it's pretty cool. And here he is with Snarl in robot mode. They make a pretty good team, I think. If it's something for you, I don't know. But I just thought I'd show them off. Because I think they're pretty fun to have around. Let's do some more comparisons. Or, yeah, I don't know, comparisons, options. Here is Drapan with McFan's Toys Sludge, which is the slightly upscaled version of the DX9 Sludge. And they work well together as well. I would love to hear what you guys think about these figures and whether you have them in your collection and whether you considered putting them with your Legend Class figures, like I've opted to. And I'm gonna have to zoom out a little bit. There we go. So you can see how that works. And I think they matched the Dinobots pretty well in the way they did in the Diaclone line. And of course there's also the other three that you can match up with Grimlock, Snarl, and even Swoop. You can even mix them up in more contemporary lines, like say, Legacy. They are just fun little characters that you can do with whatever you want. There's no specific designation for them, so to say. You can cling them onto your desk. I don't know if you're still working from home like I am, but it's fun to have them around, stuck to some metal bits on your desk. Like I said, it's just a little set of figures that are fun to interact with your, well, whatever collection you have, really. I use them in my Legend class collection. They can also go in a Chuck collection, and they can go in a Masterpiece collection as well. It just depends on what purpose you give these little characters. For me, I doubt I'll remember all of their names, but I like that they sit well with my Dinobots. And they're fun little pocket bots, even though they don't transform. Alright guys, that is it from me. Thank you guys for watching once again, and I will see you guys next time. Ape out.